With a little over 2 days to go for the start of the much awaited World Test Championship final, here we are going to discuss the team combinations, the Indian playing 11, the pitch, the key battles, the Kane Williamson factor, the bold Team Saudi threat, and all you ever wanted to know about the WTC final. Hello and welcome to cricketcountry.com. I am Ankit Banerjee and I am joined by Sajal Patra, who's the assistant editor of sports. Sajal, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ankit.
Sajal, first up, let me just start by asking you, New Zealand, they have already played two test matches in England, whereas the Virat Kohli side has been able to squeeze in just a 4-day practice game. So, do you think the odds will be against in the Indian side, or do you think what is going to be who is going to have the advantage going into the final?
I think it's evenly poised at the moment. Yes, New Zealand have been there for a couple of weeks. They have won the series against England, but WTC final is a one-off test match. It's like a World Cup final. It does not matter what you have done in the entire tournament. What you do that day is what matters. So I don't think it will have a deep impact on that test match.
There has also been some speculation about the pitch. The curator actually gave an interview where he said he's actually looking to prepare a hard pitch which is going to have bounce and there's going to be ample carry. So what is your expectation from the pitch that's going to be offered on the 18th of June? Yeah.
So if it has bounce and has a lot of carry, I think some of the players in the Indian team will enjoy it actually. Players like Rishabh Pant, Virat Kohli, they love the bounce. Even Rohit Sharma. So the ball will come onto the bat, and it will be good for run scoring. So I mean, if there's a lot of bounce, I don't think the Indians will be too bothered about it. We have gone to Gabba and won the Test match over there. There was too much talk about bounce over there. This Indian team is not worried about bounce at all.
What is going to be the Indian 11? Considering Shubman Gill, there was some talk that, would it be Mayank Agarwal or Rohit Sharma or Shubman Gill? I think with the 85 that Shubman Gill scored in the practice game, I think he straight away books himself into the Indian 11. What do you think? Let's start with the openers.
I think India will go with Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill. These are the two openers that India will go with.
There is another spot that could be, there's going to be some speculation around how many spinners Indians are going to play. Are we going to play Ravichandran Ashwin and Jadeja both? Because considering the game might actually get over within 4.5 days. So would you actually play two spinners?
I would go with Ashwin and Jadeja. I think it helps you to give a good balance. And plus, Ashwin, you need to play Ashwin because there are a couple of left-handers in the New Zealand side as well. So, and Ashwin's recording as left-hander has been brilliant. I think he's one of the best spinners in the world right now. And I would definitely go with Ashwin with three seamers.
And who are going to be your three spinners, Sajal? Because we've got a lot of spinners who've actually gone to the UK. So we have a Mohammad Shami, there is Jasprit Bumrah, there is Ishant Sharma, there is also Umesh Yadav, there is a Mohammad Siraj. So who's going to be your seamers? Are you going to pick two seamers or is it going to be three? Because if you're picking three seamers, then probably in the batting lineup, we are going to look a little lean. In seaming and swing conditions, that could actually backfire. So what's going to be your combination?
I think it's a call that the team management will have to take just before the test match. It's very difficult to actually say what combination they're going to pick right now. But given the news that is coming in, I think they are most likely going to go with Mohammad Siraj ahead of Ishant Sharma, and then Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami pick themselves up. But
Ishant Sharma has picked up 67 wickets in English conditions. So he's the highest wicket taker in those conditions. And you're not going to play him in the final.
Well, given a choice, I think I would have probably gone with Ishant Sharma just because of his experience and because it's a big match. But given the fact that Shiraz had a couple of brilliant series against Australia and then against England, they might be tempted to play Shiraz in the WTC final. It will be very interesting to see what they do. Either way, I think both are terrific bowlers. It's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yes. There has also been talk about Shardul Thakur, making the cut in the 11. What are the possibilities you think, and why they should actually consider that an option, given the fact that we already have 3 or 4 quality pacers?
I think Sanjay Manjrekar made the point because Shardul can move the ball both ways, and he can also contribute to the bat. So if you're picking him, then you have some kind of cushion at the back end of the innings as well. So yes, but I don't think that they're going to go with Shardul Thakur. It's a long shot at the moment. I think they're going to go with Bumrah and Shami, and it's a toss-up between Ishan Sharma and Mohammad Siraj.
So what's going to be what are the key battles according to you? Is it going to be Ashwin against Kane Williamson? He's dismissed him 5 times. So is it going to be Ashwin against Kane Williamson, Bolt against Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli? What are the matchups?
Yes, it would be very interesting to see Ashwin how he comes up, because Ashwin in big matches, I think, given the fact that he had a terrific series in Australia, I won't be surprised if he actually become India's trump card in this Test match as well. Quality bowler. In terms of matchups, I think Bolt versus Rohit Sharma is going to be one, because Bolt is one guy who can get the ball back in with the new ball, and it has troubled Rohit in the past. It will be interesting to see if it moves. And the Duke ball does move a lot. It moves more than the SG ball, so I think that would be a very interesting battle. Then you have Saudi with Virat Kohli. Saudi probably has dismissed Virat Kohli the most number of times in all formats, 10,
Right,
I
right,
think.
right, right, right.
So that would be another battle to look for. And believe me or not, Virat Kohli is one player. He knows that he has not scored a century for quite some time. So don't be
So he'll
surprised
be
if
hungry
WTC.
for a big one.
He is a big match player. So don't be surprised if he comes up with something very, very special in the WTC final. I only. He has the knack of coming up with some exceptional performances in big matches.
There is Devon Conway. He's got his career off to a good start, and so what do you think? I mean, what should be the plan against him? Virat Kohli during that audio leak interview, it could be overheard that he was telling Ravi Shastri, who was sitting just next to him, that we are going to pepper him with we are going to have Mohammad Siraj bowling to Devon Conway, because he'll get the ball to shape away from the left-hander. So do you think that's the way ahead? The plan against Devon Conway?
These can be mind games as well, isn't it? I don't think Virat Kohli is one of those guys who's going to say something like this in front of everybody. Somebody is recording the call. This is not a team meeting which is getting leaked. These can be mind games as well. I will not look too much into it. But yes, Conway has got off to a brilliant start. He looks a good player. But again, what has happened has happened. The series against England was a different series. This is the World Cup final. This is the World Test Championship final, I think. And this is the biggest match in the history of Test match cricket. So that's a different kind of a pressure. And I would be very, very interested to see how he handles. Because Indians, right now, they have a very, very good attack. And they're going to test him.
So, considering Ross Taylor would also be a big factor for New Zealand, he's got the experience. So, who do you think, I mean, should be bowling to Ross Taylor and the Kane Williamsons? I mean, would it be spin, or would it be pacers?
That depends on the situation. It's very difficult to say right now. If New Zealand lose 3 early wickets, then obviously a seamer is going to bowl to Kane Williamson.
Do you think it would be? Do you think New Zealand, the 3 seamers that they are going to play are going to be Trent Bolt, Tim Southee, and do you think there's going to be a toss-up between Neil Wagner and Kylie Jamieson? Because Jamieson has got a fantastic record in the WTC, the two years of WTC. He's got a fantastic strike rate of about 13 or so, which is among the best.
That will be very interesting to see. I think they're going to pick Wagner, and then with Bolt
that call is going to be taken looking at the pitch, you think?
Yes, but Wagner brings a lot of other qualities as well. He's one guy, when things go flat, he can actually come at you and be that aggressive fast bowler that he is. So I think they're going to go with Wagner, but they have dropped Mitchell Starner from the side. The squad that they have announced, they have gone with Patel, and he has had a very good, decent outing in the last couple of Test matches. The last Test match, I think, he picked up a couple of wickets at Edgbaston. So that will be very interesting to see the play Patel or not. But I think they're going to go with 3 seamers over here. Wagner along with Bolt and Southee.
Sajal, there has been a lot of talk about that how many going ahead. Do you think how many Test match should WTC actually have? Because one-off Test match to decide who's the best in the world in tests. Do you think that's fair? Or going ahead, do you think WTC should make some certain changes in their itinerary, their format? Ravi Shastri has already suggested that.
Yes, but the best of 3 final, it never really happens. Only time it used to happen was in Australia, when in that series in Australia, when they actually came up with this best of three final kind of a thing. So it only happened in Australia. I've not seen it happening anywhere else. So it would be interesting if they, so the thing is that for a test match to have a for a best of three test match final is going to take you close to a month. So there are a lot of other factors involved as well in this. But yeah, best of three final would be great actually for a championship of this magnitude. I agree with Ravi.
Who holds the edge when it comes to purely the bowling? Do you think it's equally matched? And do you think
At the
batting
moment,
will actually decide who has their noses in front?
I think if you just look at the composition of this side, I think the Indian bowling to me is a more complete attack. They've got three good seamers and they back it up with two good spinners as well. New Zealand at the moment they can match us in terms of their seaming qualities, but I think in terms of spinners we are a bit ahead of New Zealand at the moment. I would go with India.
For you, who's going to be the X factor for India and New Zealand? For New Zealand,
Oh,
let's start with New Zealand.
New Zealand, I think obviously the captain Kane Williamson. The entire side is going to play around Kane Williamson. For India, there is Rishabh Pant, I mean, without a shadow of a doubt. If he stays there for 2 hours a session, that is it. He's going to take the match away from New Zealand. He just needs to bat 2 hours and that's it.
Considering that in England there is an issue with the weather. It suddenly starts raining. The weather changes very quickly. Considering all of that, keeping those factors in mind, do you think the team winning the toss is going to opt to field first or bat first, get the runs on the board, put the opposition under pressure? We don't want to bat last. What is
It's
going to
very
be
difficult.
the game plan?
Very difficult. Very difficult to say. Depends on the captain actually. There was a test match in 2002 in Henry where it was overcast and it was moving all around. Ganguly won the toss and decided to bat, and we went on to win that test match. So I think that's a call that Virat Kohli has to take. Even if it does move around a bit, if you can give the first couple of hours to the New Zealand bowlers and then bat for the next couple of sessions, that can also hold you in good state for the test match. So it depends on the captain how he's thinking. If there's too much gas that has been left in the pitch, you might be tempted to bowl as well. So it's too early right now to say what's going to happen.
Had you been in the shoes of Virat Kohli, what would you have done? I mean, I can understand it's a good toss to lose, but had you been Virat Kohli and you had to take a choice, what would that be?
The test match starts on Friday, isn't it? So I mean, a lot can happen in those 3-4 days. There might not be no grass in the morning of the test match when you look at the pitch. So it depends on the kind of pitch that the curator prepares, and accordingly, I think Kohli is going to go with his choices. He has too many choices.
Do you think the neutral venue is going to take the home advantage away from New Zealand and India? Because New Zealand, again, I would reiterate, New Zealand have already played 2 test matches. They have got accustomed to the conditions. So, how big
But
an
India has
impact
also
will that have?
India has also been there for almost 2 weeks now, or more than 2 weeks. So I don't
But
think
again,
getting used to
India has not got a chance to play competitive cricket in that manner, like
because
like uh, like New Zealand have.
I don't think at this level that matters a lot. I mean, 2003, the Sachin Tendulkar never even took the nets. He never even hit the nets. So players like Virat Kohli and all, I mean, you can say practice makes you perfect, but they have their own way of preparing for a test match, and I don't think it's going to have a major impact on the outcome of the match. It's how mentally you are prepared for the match. It's going to be more of a mental game than the level of, because in terms of skill we are absolutely right up there with any other team in the world. But it's the mental aspect of the game is going to be very important in such big games. Whoever tackles or handles that better would come out as winners.
So it's prediction time. This is the last segment. This is like prediction time. Who is going to win the test match? The percentages. According to you, who's going to be the highest run getter and the highest wicket taker? And then we
Uh,
end. Do we have any
I will.
questions coming? I cannot. So, guys, if you have any questions, you can ask us. You can just write down your questions and we would take it up. Sajal would answer that.
I think I would go with Virat Kohli because, as I said, he has not been in the best of nicks. I mean, I would not say in the best of nicks, but it does that he has not scored a century. And since he has not scored a century, so people are talking about him. That's how good a player Virat Kohli is. that even if he does not score a century, people still talk about it. So I will go with Virat Kohli. He would know that he has not scored a century for quite some time. And in terms of bowling, I will go with Ashwin. I think he's going to do something very special in this test match.
And who are the favorites according to you? So you have to give an opinion. India
This
or New
this
Zealand?
this one is neck and neck. It's very difficult.
Neck and neck, but just take sides. I mean, Sajal, come on.
I will just go with India. I will go with India.
You'll go with India.
Although New Zealand has been one of those sides we have always struggled against, whether it's
Oh yes, they have 2019. Who can forget 2019?
yeah.
I mean, it's a nightmare. Those 30 minutes, I think, just took the game away from India.
In big matches, in knockout matches, New Zealand probably has had the better of India, but I think India is going to win this test match.
So, guys, you all got a perspective of what's going to happen, what's expected in the WTC final. Please stay tuned to this space. This is Cricket Country. Stay tuned to this place to stay one step up. And thank you, Sajal, for joining me, guys. This is it. Thank you so much.